music lovers? Jex Russell back again, and welcome to Road Trip, episode 3, or the Threequel. That's right, I'm going on another little trip, going to visit my parents, and at this point, it's become a little bit of a habit to bring you guys along with me. And I know it must feel like you guys are watching the same video over and over again, right? I mean, the road is the same, the car is the same, I'm the same, the coffee is the same, but there is one thing that's different, and that is the playlist. That's right, the tunes. The tunes are always different. And when I'm planning a road trip and I'm looking through my CD collection, I always consider two factors. Number one is recent purchases, albums that I want to familiarize myself with a little more. And number two are just albums that I've had for years that I haven't listened to in a while, that I want to re-experience. So I got a little mixture of those two things here, and I do have quite a bit to talk about, so I'm just going to get right into it. Let's go. Today I started with this album, which is actually a recent album. I got this one for Christmas, and I've talked about it before. Woohoo! Megadeth, Dystopia, their latest. I had only listened to it, I think, once in full since I got it for Christmas, and I wanted to re-experience it, and it's just as great as I remembered, man. It's a great album. Like I've mentioned a few times in these videos, I mentioned that for me, Megadeth, I love the earlier stuff, you know, all the way from Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, all the way to Countdown for Extinction. After that, I've only kind of, you know, listened to a handful of tunes. But this one here is a really, really solid album. As many of you know, they won the, was it the Grammy? Yeah, they won the Grammy for this album lately. And it's well-deserved. Like, I don't really pay attention to that stuff, you know, when it comes to awards. You know, if I like an album, I like the album. You know, it doesn't matter if it's an award winner or anything. But I will say that I do think Megadeth, they, you know, they're really hard. They've been a hard-working band for the past 30 plus years, and it's really well-deserved. So, yeah, really glad they won the award, even though it's the most awkward thing to watch, you know, the fact that the house band played Metallica's Master of Puppets when they were walking to the stage. Ugh, cringy. But that being said, I love the album. The title track, Dystopia, one of my favorite tracks on here so far is Fatal Illusion. David Ellefson really shines on the bass right there. There's one part where it's just him slapping the bass, and I just love that part of the song. And the song that I kind of had forgotten about that I really liked is Foreign Policy, the last track on here. Dave Mustaine's vocal delivery on that one, it almost has like a punk feel to it, a punk vibe. I'm not saying it sounds like a punk song, but just the vocals and the lyrics even, it really has a punk feel to it. So yeah, Megadeth, Dystopia, love it. The second album I listened to on this trip today, Kreator, Coma of Souls. Oh, that's all I can say about this album is, oh, man, German thrash metal. I absolutely love it. This is a recent purchase. I got it about a week and a half ago, and I've listened to it, I think, 3 times, and I absolutely love it. Man, does this album shred. I'm fairly new to Kreator. I mean, I had heard about them in the past, you know, in the VC and whatnot, and I hadn't really listened to them until lately. And I really love them. This album is great. Hold on, let me just keep my eyes on the road for a quick second. Trying to look. The opening track, When the Sun Burns Red, awesome opener. But my personal favorite track on here is Terror Zone. Man, what a great track. Clocking in at about 6 minutes. It's such a progressive song, probably the most progressive song on here. And it just, you know, it's slow at times, it's fast at times, it's got everything. So Terror Zone, my absolute favorite track on here. And Mental Slavery, the last track on here, also a great one. I mean, the whole album is fantastic, don't get me wrong. I'm just naming out some key tracks for me here. But yeah, Kreator, Coma of Souls, 1990, absolute awesomeness. You have to check it out if you haven't already. German thrash, I'm loving it. I have to check out more of the German thrash. I've been hearing so many good things. Destruction is a band I'd like to look more into. I know I'm gonna love them. So yeah, I gotta get on that. Kreator, Coma of Souls. And right now, playing as I speak, is Deep Purple, Nobody's Perfect. And I'd like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to my buddy Greg the Egg, aka Blackmore Rules. Obviously, Greg is a huge Deep Purple fan, but not only that, he also loves live albums. anything live he loves. And this is what this is. This is a live Deep Purple album. I actually picked this up probably about 7 or 8 years ago. I found this at Walmart. I didn't even know what it was. I mean, I knew Deep Purple. I wasn't all that familiar with them, but I knew of them. And I thought this was the greatest hits compilation. I was looking at the songs, Highway Star, Smoke on the Water, Hush. I'm like, oh, those are great songs. I'll pick it up. And as soon as I popped it in the car, I'm like, oh, this is live. Like, at the time, I didn't really care for live albums. I've since gained an appreciation for live albums. I do like them now, but at the time, I was like strictly studio albums. But I listened to it, and even at that time, I really enjoyed it. I mean, you have Ian Gillan on vocals, and what a guy. I love Ian Gillan. He's an entertainer through and through, and you can really sense that on this album. Just his presence, his stage presence. Like, even when there's no lyrics, he'll be doing stuff like just pure Gillan, and I love that. Like, the energy on that guy and just the passion for the music, it really shines here. So yeah, Deep Purple, Nobody's Perfect. I really recommend it. Greg the Egg, you're probably familiar with this, and you probably have it, but if you don't, you gotta check this out, buddy. It's screaming your name. All right, what else do we got here in the old grocery bag? Kiss. Wouldn't be a road trip without some Kiss. I chose Sonic Boom. Lately, I've been kind of on a kick for the lesser appreciated Kiss albums. You know, music from The Elder, Carnival of Souls, Psycho Circus, and Sonic Boom. And I love this album. I've been a fan ever since it was newly released. It came out, I think October 4th, October 5th, 2009, and my birthday's on October 11th. So it came out just in time. So this is all I wanted for my birthday that year, and I got it from my girlfriend at the time. She got this for my birthday, and I loved it upon my first listening. The title track, Modern Day Delilah, what a great opener. Russian Roulette is a track I really like. Gene's bass on that one, it does it for me every time. Doo 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 da 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 doo doo doo. I don't know what it is. It's nothing like it's nothing out of this world, but just something about it that just does it to me every time. What else? What else is on here? Hot and Cold, All for the Glory, Danger Us. Now that's a great song right there. Danger you, danger me, we're dangerous. Anyone who knows me knows I love a good pun, and that's a good pun. So yeah, Sonic Boom, I absolutely love it. Over the years, I've heard mixed reviews. There are people who like it and the people who don't, but I am one of the people who really like this album. And I'm glad, since I joined the VC, I've been hearing about more and more people who have an appreciation for this, and it makes me feel really good, because for a while I thought I was the only one. So yeah, Sonic Boom, a really underappreciated Kiss album. Oh. A little Ian Gillan action for you. All right, what's next? Some Canadian goodness. Anvil, forged in fire. The anvil was forged in fire. Yes, if it's too loud, you're too old. Get the hell out, because you've been told. Anvil, amazing band, amazing album. You guys know that I love these guys. Their third album, and it's really hard for me to pick a favorite. Their first 3 albums are all fantastic. Hard and Heavy, awesome. Metal on Metal, obviously probably their most well-known album and probably one of my favorites. But this one here, there's just something about it. I don't know, maybe it's because I don't listen to it as often, so every time I do listen to it, I'm like, oh, what a great album. The opening track, Forged in Fire, great opener. Shadow Zone. Shadow Zone is one of my favorite tracks on here. It's just so heavy. 3 as the Wind, Never Deceive Me Again. I love that song. It's a little slower, but it kind of reminds me of Rush's Tom Sawyer, because he had that little kind of da-da-da-da, you know? It's very similar, very similar. Yeah, Winged Assassins, Motor Mount. I could just go on about this album, but it's fantastic, just pure, great Canadian metal from Anvil. What else we got? Mötley, Crüe, Dr. Feelgood. This just kind of popped in my head lately. I'm like, man, I haven't listened to that album in a while. So I decided to bring it along. Not my favorite Mötley Crüe album. That would go to Too Fast for Love, but still still a great album. Obviously, the title track, Dr. Feelgood. There's no denying that that's a fantastic Mötley Crüe song. Rattlesnake Shake is another great one. I mean, I could have done without the horns in that song, but it's still a good song. Kickstart My Heart, another Crüe classic. Even Time for a Change. Time for Change. Sorry, the last track on here. It's a slower number, but it's still a great song. So yeah, I needed to bring along some Crüe. That's the hardest part of making these videos. Looking at the road and reaching for a CD. Oh, we're going on the heavier side of things now. Sepultura. This is Chaos AD. Another recent purchase that I'll be talking about in my future update along with Kreator. But I've recently gotten into these guys, and man, oh man, talk about a great metal band from drawing a blank. Brazil, is it? Yeah, I think it's Brazil. But yeah, I'm loving these guys. Pla and I actually discovered them together lately. He had this in his collection, in his CD collection. Didn't even know what it was, and I'm like, dude, we gotta listen to this in the car. And we were both just blown away by it. And then that very night, I found myself a copy at a store we went to, so I picked it up. And yeah, this is great. This is probably as close to death metal as I will go. A lot of you know I'm not into death metal per se, and I don't really consider this death metal. It's not full-on death metal, but it definitely does have some death metal tendencies. But to me, it's thrash metal through and through. But I absolutely love it. It's just so heavy, and I can't say too much about it. I haven't listened to it that much yet, but it's a fantastic album, and I will say more about it in my next update. But for now, Sepultura, Chaos AD, great stuff. And I think this is the last one. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Weezer, Blue Album, 1994. Yeah, I love Weezer. I love this album. And lately, I was working with my girl Rochelle, my co-worker. We worked together on Saturday morning, and her and I, she's a music fan as well. We were just talking about music, and I forget where the conversation was going, but I brought up Weezer at one point, and then that just brought us on a long conversation about Weezer and this album, and I decided it just made me want to listen to it, so I brought it along. I picked this up in 2001 when I was 16 years old, and it was a life changer. I don't know what it is. I think it was the first time that I could listen to an album through and through, not skip a song, and then just like be able to repeat it right after and listen to it a second time and love it just as much as the first time. You know, it just spoke to me, and I've loved it ever since. So that's all I really have to say. Nothing more about this. Just great 90s alternative rock from Weezer. My favorite album from them, and probably their best in my opinion. So there you have it, folks. That's my playlist for this road trip. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave some comments as usual. I love hearing from you guys. And I guess that's all I have to say. So take care, and I'll see you again soon. Later!